Well, hey everybody, it's officially the end of the first week of 2021, and I'm just going to quickly go through what I would normally do at the end of the wrap just to see what's going on. Now, there has been some new data put out by the real estate board, but I'm going to put that in my monthly update because that's what happened to the end of 2020. Um, but for now, typically I would look at interface to see what we have. We had 13 new listings come on this week. We had one price change, seven sales, and eight properties being taken off the market. Now, some of those properties that are taken off the market will be put into the new listings, but typically I just want to have a look, make sure I didn't miss anything on the new listings. You got a Squamish Point, you've got a Cleveland Gardens type thing, you've got Symphony. Nothing sort of super interesting. A little tiny house on Clark Road that was pretty cute. That's already got an accepted offer on. Most of the properties that were listed have got accepted offers on, but this is just a tiny house right by the train tracks. But for $699, detached home in Squamish, you just can't find it anymore. So that's what I'd be looking at. Summits View already has an offer on it. These two properties here in Amblepath are getting multiple showings. Pitlochry is getting multiple showings at 1.249. Now that house is um, I wouldn't say it's all original, but it's very close to original. It's in very good shape inside. Value is there for somebody who wants to add their own personal touches to it, but it is tight for value, but square footage is pretty good and location is great. So that's where those things are going. Goat Ridge Drive, I know at 1.498, it's already got an accepted offer on it. The property on Descartes at 2.5. I think it's been listed a few times. I would actually check to make sure it was the one that I think it is, which, yeah, 2.1, 2.2, 2.4. Now those guys obviously think that the market value's gone up just because the market's been active, but that price range hasn't seen any activity at all. And then Garibaldi Way here at 3.588. That's interesting. We'll see what happens with that one. So I'd be looking at that generally and saying, okay, well, that's pretty normal. We've got a few new properties coming on. It is the beginning of the year. Typically, we'll see those come on in more into February, but I think we're going to see it a little bit early this year because of COVID. Off the market, actually, I really don't care what came off the market, but the new sales is something that I would always look at. So we got one on the Crescent that had a suite, 1.85. That's pretty standard. Depot Road, that was a house that wasn't in the greatest of shape, but it was a good potential development opportunity down the road if they can overcome the issue with railway setbacks and such. And you got a couple of condos otherwise that sold. And outside of that, not much going on. It's super active. I think you're going to see a lot of solds posted next week because there has been a lot of activity in the market and there's very limited inventory. So I know that we're down to, in fact, I'll pull it and I'll tell you exactly what we're at. But if I just quickly went in and just did a Squamish search in general, there's 110 properties on the market. So historically, we have been, let's quickly run that, see if it'll pull up Squamish for us. And there's obviously an error with their system right now at the stats center. But I think typically the lowest we've had, I think, was around about 110, 114. So we're at the lowest of the lows. But what's scary is that we're at those lowest of the lows and we're also having an incredible amount of buyer demand. So expecting that what we're going to see is houses are going to continue to tick up in price a little bit. There's going to be sales that'll post that people are just going to wonder, what the heck, how can that sell for that much? But it will. And that's where we're at. You know, I'm going to be putting out a video shortly about the fact that the banks in Canada are very heavily laden with mortgage debt, so they can't afford for the prices to fall. Just like the government of Canada, who insures a large portion of those mortgages, they can't afford for it to fall either. So they're always going to do whatever they can to prop up the prices of real estate, and that's why even when you know the economy is suffering, housing prices continue to go up. And we're going to see that until it all falls down. And right now, there's nothing in the cards to show that it's going to all fall down. So at this point, we're expecting housing prices to continue to rise and nothing to say otherwise. So that's it for the week. The first week of 2021 is under our belt. It's been a busy week and a great week. And if you ever have any questions about real estate, give me a shout, 604-892-8155. Take care.